Aging! Oh no! The Durgan is over the hill! How did this happen? He's an old man and now we must listen to him say things. Something about cubes and aliens. Ah! Alien spaceship. At last you have arrived at the spaceship. Find the 3 magic cubes. Hello, Roll Mithril here once again, getting back to Startropics. Before I continue on, I do have a bit of a correction to make involving the fight against the statues of Twin Sumochu. That is not a sinking tile you land on when you first get into the room. It's simply a light tile, it brightens up the room. Very clearly, no matter how many times I stepped on that tile, it did not sink. In all fairness, I was recording that around 2 in the morning, really wanted to get it done, and the skull in the middle of the room kinda made that tile seem a bit more threatening to me, I guess. So, yeah, mistakes were made. With that out of the way, let's just casually board this spaceship. So, time for a new dungeon, and also a change of music. We also have quad red hearts now. As long as our life bar is gotten, that's gonna be good for getting the shooting star up and running again. Also, a bit of a detail that's gonna make things easier on me from here on out. The minor enemies no longer have canon names that were given out. Up to this point, the names came from sources like Nintendo Power and the instruction manual, but they never got around to covering these areas. Here, though, we have Vitamin X. Note, not Chemical X. We're not going to the city of Townsville. Picking one up overcharges your health to absolute max. However, your health will steadily tick back down until it reaches your natural max. There's also these weakened spots in the wall that we can just kinda bash down. And we get spikes. We like spikes, as long as they're not the instant death variety anyway. So as long as you're still under the effects of Vitamin X, you have a bit of a red tint to you. This lets you know that you still have more health than you naturally should have. However, you cannot re-overheal yourself. Like if I pick up these quad hearts right now, they're not gonna do anything for me. We also have a new weapon type, the ray gun. It shoots a single shot forward, but it has good range and you can fire it quickly. That's the main benefit. It's going to be handy against some later enemies. So the layout here can be a bit confusing. However, there's relatively few places we actually need to go. Do be mindful of the green troopers, they can fire further than the yellow ones. There's also pink troopers, which are very rude. They're not very durable if you can catch them, but they're very fast and they can hit hard. We also have teleporters. Again, if you know where you're going, it's not so bad. Coming over this way, we can get more red hearts if you need them, but also medicine. Always good to see that. The ray gun does have a slightly bigger range than that of the green troopers, but it's still really easy to get caught. We can also bash our way in here. And more Vitamin X. Delicious! Part of this complete breakfast. Enjoy the overheal while you can, as well as all the ammo they gave you for the ray gun. Be careful going down here, more bad drivers coming through. Also, a lot of green troopers. Yeah, they're done messing around. If you can just sneak by, it might be a good idea to do so. More bad drivers. Get me out of here! Now the bosses here do still have canon names. These are the jump pack jumpers. And if you have the spikes still, this is a good place to use them. They just kind of drift around a bit, randomly firing. So using the spikes lets you get some early hits on them. Once you're out, switch to the ray gun, and open fire. And there we go. With that, we may as well use the medicine to heal up. Because we're actually done with this dungeon. Wow, you've done it! Points! We're not done with the chapter, though. So, we have 3 sets of stairs here. This one leads over here. It's utterly useless. So instead we go this way. Behold! You've got 1 magic cube! You feel the strange power flow into your weapon. Your weapon, Shooting Star, becomes a supernova. This is the strongest default weapon in the game. However, of course, you do have to have relatively high health to be able to use it. And use it we shall. So one more dungeon to go through for Chapter 7, and we're kinda back in Power Trip territory now that we have the supernova. It has a lot of power behind it, and also full screen range. So, yes, this thing is fun. This dungeon's also a bit more straightforward than the last one. No teleporter gimmicks, at least, not teleporter mazes. Also a lot less spread out. It's so nice having that much range. One thing worth noting, though, is the weak spots in walls are a little trickier to notice. If you look up here, there is a crack in the wall, though. And we get medicine. Moving on. The turrets that move around on the sides there, they can only aim in a straight direction, so you don't have to worry about them, like, aiming for you from the sides. They're not like the stationary turrets that can just hit all over the place. We also have these spike ball generators. There's no stopping them. Pretty much you just have to sneak by when you can. Also worth noting, they can fire in multiple directions, but only in straight lines. We don't need to deal with you guys. But we find ourselves in a shooting gallery, and you have to participate. You're not getting out until you're done with them. So another weak spot up here. And a new gun. This one's called the Wide Ray Gun or the Super Laser. It's short range, but does have a wide spread on it, so it definitely has its moments. I believe we're going to hit one of them now. Just getting rid of that guy. And getting some delicious Vitamin X! Ask your doctor if Vitamin X is right for you. We're actually full on ray gun ammo, so we don't really need that. Oh, right. There's lightning. With no real warning either. However, it doesn't seem to Never mind, I was gonna say it doesn't strike the actual tiles themselves, and then it just went and proved me wrong about that. I didn't mean to leave the screen. I do kind of wish World Ends Here was a bit better marked. Notably, the lightning bolts, they do stop your shots, but not enemy shots. And I'm still not sure if there's actually anything that warns you where they are. I didn't notice anything. And now, meet the jetpack jumper. Also, there's a hidden passage back there. I don't feel like some of those shots should actually be hitting me. He has different ideas, but overall, not a difficult boss to fight. Also, there's nothing back here. The fact that that boss wasn't very difficult to fight, that should tell you something. There's another weak spot up there. More ammo for the wide laser, super laser, wide ray gun, whatever you want to call it. Apparently that one also never really had much of a canon name, but that seems to be what they're most commonly referred to as. And we have these traps. If you fall in, it's instant death. So basically think of them as timed sinking tiles. We've dealt with those before. And then there's this. Don't step on the glowing red tiles. Pretty much you just have to time going through them like this. They hurt a lot if you get hit with them. And now, the real boss, Ostroid. There's two ways to fight this guy. You can either just do a lot of damage to him and defeat him normally, but there's a more stylish way to fight him. And that is get rid of his floor and push him back. Crocomire style. There we go. And with that, we're actually done. So, let's medicine up. And let's get out of here. Wow, you've done it! More points. Feed me points. Give me numbers. So there is one more thing to do. And that's solve a maze. There's a lot of paths here. Most of them absolutely useless, they just lead to dead ends. There's nothing extra to find in the maze. Just keep your eye on the prize. We want that second cube. Which I believe we need to go this way. Right over here. And there it is. You've got another magic cube. You feel a strange power flow into yourself. Your life level is fully increased. Well, Vitamin X isn't going to do much for us anymore. Everything is ready. Now for the last magic cube. Huh? You shout, it's moving? An earthquake? Oh no! We're taking off. I do like that we're just getting a lower and lower res map as we go. Why must UFOs all make that sound? Final battle. The alien spaceship is circling the Earth. Hurry up and find the last magic cube. That, however, is where we're going to call it for now, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well.